Welcome to TLDW. Today we tell you all about Mediacorp's SHERO Part 2. Quick recap of Part 1, we introduced you to the all-female bodyguard company SHERO. Incheon, our protagonist, just took over because her sister, the former boss, went missing after being involved with a scammy socialite. Incheon, determined to find her sister, now teams up with Rui Xiang, who was in cahoots with her sister running a Robin Hood-esque operation. He warns her of a possible mole within SHERO, and together they stop a break-in! Except she wasn't a mole, she was just a broke employee. Rui Xiang is also having similar problems and thinks his own employee Jin Sheng is spying on him after finding a microphone in his office. His instincts are right, Jin Sheng was in fact a spy, but thankfully hasn't had much to share with his bosses. Rui Xiang's protection contract with SHERO and Incheon is coming to an end. Worried that Incheon won't hang out with him as much after this, Rui Xiang confesses his love to Incheon again and goes in for a kiss. Thankfully, it's consensual. Very important, huh? But the lovey-dovey gets interrupted by an attack on Rui Xiang's father. Unsuccessful, the assailant is quickly captured and reveals that he was sent by Gina Chi, the conniving socialite. Incheon's sister, Yingxi, finally awakens in a hospital bed in Australia, and she's lost her memory. Luckily, Jin Sheng has made progress on his investigations with Yingxi, finds information on Yingxi's attacker, and reveals he's a professional hitman codenamed Mercy. We also find out Jin Sheng's true identity. He's an Interpol agent sent to investigate Rui Xiang's dubious company. Incheon gets a call back home. Yingxi has been identified by the police in Australia. She shares the news with her besties. But what about Mercy? Is he aware of this too? Who hired him? So many questions! But never mind that because it's Save Yingxi time! So off to Australia they go! So, turns out the mastermind is Rui Xiang's mum, and her instructions to Mercy are to kill everyone except her son. The irony to his codename really just... yeah. Anyway, danger! Mercy is one step ahead of everyone. Though Yingxi has amnesia, Mercy's wearing the exact same clothes when they first met, so she remembers him and hey look! The police are right behind her! Incheon's entourage arrives to an empty hospital bed, while Yingxi's already on the run. They immediately go looking for her, executing Operation Shout Name in Public.
尹熙，
尹熙姐，小溪，
尹熙，
尹熙姐，
尹熙，尹熙，
尹熙姐。
尹熙。
Mercy manages to shake the police off, finds Yingxi again, goes in for the kill, but Incheon and gang come to her rescue. Together, they overpower the hitman. They interrogate him, but before he spills the tea, he's shot! The gang retrieves the dead man's... get it? Because he's no longer a hitman, he's... okay, never mind. They retrieve his phone, and plot twist! Rui Xiang's photos on it! Jang jang! Meanwhile, SHERO is hired by Gina Chi once again, this time in Malaysia. While on mission, they find drugs in a factory. Gina and the agents argue whether the stuff in the bags is heroin or flour. Because they argued with the client, their protection contract is terminated, and Gina instructs her men to take SHERO out. So okay lah, it was heroin. Knives, sticks, many weapons, none of which seem to be a problem for SHERO's finest. An enraged Gina Chi returns to her office but is ambushed by another hitman, and she's killed. It's clear at this point Rui Xiang's mom is orchestrating all these assassinations. Back in Singapore, Yingxi begins to have doubts about Rui Xiang after a nightmare. Any attached mail has been there, I'm sure. On a day out with Incheon and Rui Xiang, their interactions start to jog her memories. She remembers breaking off the collaborations with Rui Xiang on their Robin Hood endeavour, and also her first encounter with Mercy, who revealed his employer to be someone within Rui Xiang's company. Yingxi snaps out of her flashbacks, immediately turning hostile towards Rui Xiang. Incheon intervenes, but now she's torn on who she can trust. Yingxi tells Incheon that their operation went south sometime back, when she found out Rui Xiang was selling her client's information behind her back, which paints a very convincing motive for Rui Xiang to be hunting for her. When confronted with it, Rui Xiang denies everything, and he seems convinced that he's telling the truth. But Incheon's not having it, especially when her sister's in the crosshairs, so she runs away while the ballad plays in the background. Oh no, are they gonna break up? Alas, as one love dies, another ignites. Jin Sheng hits it off with Yingxi and they get together. But also, Incheon and Rui Xiang patch things back up after his grandma intervenes. Hard to say no to a loving grandma. So next steps, a getaway trip to celebrate their love in Australia. Again, must be got promo. Cue date montage likely sponsored by the Australian Tourism Board, which ultimately leads up to Rui Xiang's proposal with a sprinkle of sexy time. But in the middle of the night, Rui Xiang starts behaving strangely, talking to his own reflection, speaking of another girl, Xiaomin, that he should be loyal to. Wow, quite dramatic for post-nut clarity. Back in Singapore, Yingxi and Junsheng uncover more memories as they retrace her steps before the incident, realizing Mercy was the same person who murdered her parents 7 years ago. Lovebirds return to Singapore, but Rui Xiang's mental state has worsened. One night, he busts into his room during his parents' squabble, reveals to Daddy that he's been working with Mummy on illegal activities, and introduces himself as Max. Who's Max? Nope, it's not some fancy English name Rui Xiang gave himself. It's his alter ego because he has dissociative identity disorder. Yeah. Max came into existence 7 years ago after the traumatic suicide of his ex. Whenever Max is in charge, Rui Xiang isn't. Jing jing. Yingchen also learns of Rui Xiang's condition and uses an aggressive therapy session to lure Max out. Max has arrived! He attacks Yingchen, but hey, she's now a seasoned SHERO agent, 2 months in, knocks him out, and hey, it's Rui Xiang again! Having secretly filmed the entire interaction, Yingchen shows Rui Xiang the footage, but he has a total identity crisis meltdown. In a final attempt to take down Yingchen and Yingxi, Rui Xiang's mom stages her own assault in front of Yingchen, then plans to go on a little retreat, hiring the 2 sisters as bodyguards in an attempt to trap them. So we're off to the Down Under again! For the umpteenth time! The mom leads the sisters to a shady warehouse, ready to take them out. But the tables turneth as the sisters already uncovered the truth, knowing that she's the one who killed the parents, Rui Xiang's ex, and many others. It's a little too late, as Rui Xiang's mom summons a platoon of armed assailants. Cue superhero, or shall I say, SHERO entrance. A car busts through the front gate, and we have everyone showing up for the finale fight here in Australia. Guns ablaze, pew pew pew. Rui Xiang's mom makes a run for it, but Yingxi stops her. Alamak! Auntie's got a few moves of her own too, but she doesn't get too far. But screw Interpol, Auntie slaps a wooden plank against him, and makes another run for it. A man fires a gun, not Junsheng, but Rui Xiang. Yes, everyone's here for the finale. That includes Max, who's out for revenge, kills his mom, and goes on a frenzy firing at anyone he sees. The only one who can stop him, Yingchen, because she reveals she's pregnant! So better not fight too hard. With some loving quotes, Rui Xiang resurfaces, and it's bye-bye Max. But happiness is short-lived because you get it. He worries his condition will worsen, thus putting Yingchen in danger too. Yingchen promises that despite this, a great life together awaits, and they share a final kiss. Because Rui Xiang pushes her away, grabs a gun, and yep, you get it. Time passes and the mood lightens with Junsheng and Yingxi's wedding. Yingchen's baby is born, and with her, Yingchen, whose love for Rui Xiang is undiminished. What a bittersweet ending. And with that, you've TLDW'd SHERO. Remember to like, share and subscribe, and let us know which show you want summed up next.